Welcome to the channel, guys. The track guide, Hotlap and setup video for Miami. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel as well. Also leave a comment below on what you want me to change about these for the future, so I can make these the best that I possibly can. If you do enjoy the content as well, you can follow Rainers Racing League on Facebook to keep up to date with all of my league racing progress. And we can also go live on Twitch every Monday as well, around 6:15 to 7:30. 6:15 is start of practice, 7:30 is the start of qualifying, so make sure you tune in for that. I'll leave the links in the description below as well. At the final corner, I don't think it makes much difference whether you take a wide late apex entry or the normal racing line. It's such a short run from the line to turn one anyway, so I don't think it makes any difference. Maybe a thousandth or a couple of thousandths. Braking point down into turn one, then you want to be as far over to the left as you can to really open up the corner on the left, and you want to be braking just at the start of the apex here. And down into third gear for the entry. You can use fourth, I prefer to use third though, and then short shift to fourth for the exit to keep the back end in check. Don't take too much curb on the left here, because you will lose the back end and lose momentum. And as soon as you pass that, you can pretty much get full throttle on there. Up through the gears, keep it tight to the right hand side. For the left hander then, just between the 50-meter board and the black box there. Downshift into sixth. You do not want to be braking, just lift off, downshift into sixth. Carry as much speed as you can through the left hander. I short shift to fifth for the right hander and then back up to sixth, just to help with the rotation. Otherwise I tend to run wide and deep. Back up through the gears, sixth gear. Now for the hardest braking zone of the entire circuit, I found the most consistent way is as soon as you're facing the last grandstand there, so the one we're straight ahead of now, that's where you want to be braking. Trail braking all the way down into the corner. Be as far to the right as you can without getting track limits. It's very easy to pick up track limits here. Third gear for the entry. On the power as soon as you can. Fourth gear, short shift. Don't take too much curb there, and also don't try and carry way too much speed in, because there's a wall just on the other side. So go up through the gears, it's a straight line. Well, keep this straight as possible. Just keep it nice and tight, and then run it out to the right hand side here. Down into probably the first proper overtaking opportunity of the lap, other than turn one. I find the best braking point is the bridge over the track. Obviously is where the 100-meter board is. I don't look out for the 100-meter board, I just look out for the bridge, because it's easy to spot. It's a massive bridge across the track. You cannot miss it. Another wide entry again, using all the track. It's nice and flat. Most of the apexes here on the entries. So you may as well use them. Down into third gear then. Don't take too much curb on the left hand side. It will unsettle the car. And then for the right hander, as soon as you just get past the black box, start turning for the right hander. I short shift to fourth, it's personal preference, but I found it gains me maybe half a tenth. Try and cut as much of this corner as possible. Braking this corner then for the Mickey Mouse chicane. Down into second gear at the start of the apex on the right hand side. The apex looking tarmac anyway, it's not really an apex, it's just a red and white checkered thing really, isn't it? Second gear for entry, and then third gear to keep the back end in check throughout the corner. Take as much curb as you can through here. It's so easy to lose time, and it's so easy to gain time through there as well. Get it as far to the right as you can. For the left hander, downshift to second, and then back up to third for the exit. And you want to get on the power as early as you possibly can here. It's a long straight. One of the favourite overtaking opportunities on the circuit. Picking up DRS there as we can. Into the final proper corner. I find the most consistent braking point again is the Aramco sign. As soon as you're underneath that, that's where you want to be braking. Down into, yet again, third gear. That's right, we guessed it. Third gear for the entry. Run as close to the wall on the exit as you can. Really important to get a good exit out of here. up into fourth, use the curb on the left and all of the curb on the right as well. Pick up the DRS just for a line, and that is a lap of Miami. I really hope this has helped you guys, as I said at the start of the video. If you do enjoy this, leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, even share it. Why not? Let's get that done. Leave a comment on things that you feel I've missed. Let's get some tips out there for everyone. If I find a better setup or a more consistent setup, I will leave that as a pinned comment down below as well. I'll leave the links to Rainers Racing League on Facebook and my Twitch channel as well in the description. So keep an eye out for those. Let's get on to the hot lap and then on to the setup. Who says you can't do 360s on F123, eh? Okay, let's get into the setup then. So looking at 25-27 on the wings, it gives a good balance overall throughout the whole circuit. You want to carry as much speed as you can through turn 4 to turn 6, 7. You don't want to be mugged down the straight, but you also don't want to lose a lot of time through the corners. There's a lot of corners here that you need to carry a lot of speed through, so the higher downforce helps with there. 55 on the differential, top 2 to the right on the camber, and then 0.05 and 0.25 on the toe out and toe in. Suspension 40-13, 11-6 on the anti-roll bars, 35-39 on the ride height. Brake pressure, 100% brake pressure. It's actually 55 if you're using it in time trial or through qualifying, but for the race I did drop it down to 57% just to help with the rear end a little bit, puts it a little bit more on the fronts. So if you find you're using the fronts a little bit more, move it back a little bit, but other than that I'd say 57 is a good point for race brake bias anyway. Tyre temperatures 22.4 on the fronts during the race, 20.3 on the rears in the race as well. In time trial and qualifying, maybe 22.6 on the fronts, but I'd say either 22.4 and you've got a solid baseline set up there. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It'll be Monaco next week. I'll see you then.